Hi everybody, it's Annalisa and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to comment on one of my subscribers that had left a message on a recent video, and the comment had to do with why is it that the Divine Feminine is the one that has to do all the work while the Divine Masculine is out there going on with their life and seemingly happy, while she, the Divine Feminine, is suffering and is in a lot of pain, going through this awakening. Why is it so different for the Divine Masculine? So I want to comment on this because I think all of us at some point in our journey have had the same questions. And Divine Feminine is the more spiritually advanced one compared to the Divine Masculine. Now, that doesn't mean that the Divine Masculine cannot be spiritual. They certainly can, but the majority are not. At least that's what I have found to be true through all my coaching sessions that I have gone through. The Divine Masculine is not the spiritual one. So I can just speak for myself. I have had all the same questions as my subscriber has had, and it seems like it's not fair that the Divine Feminine is going through this big awakening, and meanwhile the Divine Masculine is having a grand old time dating other women, going on with their life, or maybe in another serious relationship, and so on. And why is that the case? And what I want to say is that it may appear like they are having a grand old time and going on with their life, but they are also having an awakening as well. It's just that they're not aware of it as the Divine Feminine is, because the Divine Feminine is tuning into themselves. They're aware of the whole twin flame journey. The Divine Feminine is the one that's going out and researching twin flames, and they're the ones that are getting interested in crystals and reading spiritual books, tarot cards, oracle cards, numerology, astrology, and all of that. And eventually they learn that they are a twin flame. And the Divine Masculine, for the most part, is not doing any of that. They are going on with their lives because you are one energetic field. So you are figuring out what's going on in this awakening. They're running away. They're running for the hills because the energy is so high, and you're pushing energy which allows them to run. Now, the more that you understand the whole twin flame connection and you begin to realize and how the energy works, and the more that you neutralize the energy, then that allows them to come back in. So although it appears like they're not doing the work, they're not doing the work in a conscious level. So the Divine Feminine is the conscious one. You're aware that you are possibly a twin flame and you're going through an awakening, and now you are really into the whole metaphysical and the spiritual components, which is what most of, or not all, Divine Feminines go through. And that is what the dynamics of this twin flame connection consist of. The Divine Feminine being the more spiritual, the Divine Masculine is more advanced in the matrix and taking care of things in the matrix. Again, that is the norm. That doesn't mean that there are not exceptions. So what you're feeling that it may not be fair is really the mind, is really parts of your ego that is judging, right? Because once you tune into your soul, your soul doesn't see it like that. Your soul doesn't judge what may be right or what may be wrong, right? Your soul just is. And this journey is teaching you to accept things as they are without judgment. And I know that's not easy to do, to not judge things, because that's not the way we were raised. We were not raised, we were not brought into a society where we were taught singularity. We were brought into a society where we were taught polarity and everything is separate, duality, right? Good, bad, up, down, dark, light. So this journey, this awakening for the divine feminine is teaching you how to come back to unity, how to come back to non-duality and not see things as wrong or right. And they are having an awakening as well. It just doesn't look the same way. It may appear in the 3D that they don't care about you, they're with someone else, they're going on with their life, they're going out with their friends, they're drinking, going to the gym, they're moving on with their life. And what you want to remember is that you are one energetic field. So the more that you are going through this awakening and really doing the true inner work, then that neutralizes those wounds. And that allows space for them to come back in. But that should never be the focus. The focus has to be on you. Organically, they will magnetize back in when in divine timing and whatever your soul contract really states. And also depending on the amount of inner work that you do. So it's really important to not really focus on what's going on in their world. What's really key is that you always bring the focus back on you. And you might be in full separation for a few years, or you might be in that runner chaser where when you do the inner work, they come back in. And then once you start to focus on them again, they pull away again. So I'm actually doing a workshop on the 22nd of this month to work on those that need help in balancing the energy when they do come back in. So my workshop talks about how to interact with them without pushing energy, because I know you can be stuck in that runner chaser back and forth. So if you have a really good understanding of how to pull your energy back, and you've done some of the inner work where they did come back in, and you still need some help, feel free to check that out in my website. But it's really important to focus on you. The whole journey is about you. And the more that you learn to put yourself first, the less pain you will be in and the less focus you will have on your divine masculine. You don't have to worry about them coming back in, or when is that going to be, or how are they going to come back in. The more you focus on you and your life and really aligning to your core, right? That you focus on you, and the more that you align to your soul, they magnetize back in. But that doesn't happen unless you pull the focus back on yourself. That you're always choosing yourself first. And that is why I changed the name of my workshop. Instead of detoxing the energy, I changed it to I Choose Me. This whole journey is about you. And the more you focus on you, the easier it becomes. So balancing that energy when they do come back in is also a whole nother process, right? It takes time to really learn how to interact with your divine masculine without pushing energy towards them, which allows them to pull away again. Although it may appear as though you're doing all the work, they are also doing the work, but they're not conscious about it. And the more work that you do, then it also transfers over to them. And the beautiful part of the journey is that you go first, they follow. So do the work, divine feminines, and they will follow. So yeah, it's all a process, and it may seem frustrating, but much of that is really the mind wanting to think that they're not doing the work, and it just seems unfair. And I know that's just part of the ego that always tries to get in the way. The ego is always trying to make you question things and doubt yourself. And that is where the fear comes up as well. So yeah, continue to focus on you, pull your energy back in, And don't worry about what they're doing and who they're with. Everything that is happening on their end is happening for a reason. They also have other contracts that they need to kind of finish up on their side, as well as you have more inner work to do, because every time there's a separation, you focus more on yourself. You kind of go deeper, more and more on yourself. So I hope this helps. If you want to join me on my workshop, feel free to check it out on the 22nd. I'm sending you all so much love.